creation of an endless swarm, Tyranid Tactica.
The Tyranid Codex. You'll notice something about mine. Pages are falling out. See? And that's because I use it. One of the top questions that we get on our MiniWarGaming forums is, what's the stats for this? Or what's the rules for this? And the top response is, buy the Codex. I don't mean illegally download the Codex, I mean actually buy the Codex, because it has all the information that you need, and it has great useful tips and tricks, and great painting selections at the end as well. So, as the first video in our series for the creation of the Endless Swarm, and this is all about Tyranid Tactica, we're going to talk about all the different units, the different weapons, the different upgrades, and then playing against different races, so you can know how to better use your Tyranids against Orcs, Space Marines, Dark Eldar, whatever. We're going to go over a lot in the videos that are going to be following this. One thing that I'm going to assume is that if you're a Tyranid player that you have a Codex. So I'm not going to be spitting out stats. I'm not going to tell you the strength and toughness of everything. We're just going to talk about general strength and general toughness of how they compare to other things and what they're useful for. So if you're looking for stats, buy the Codex. If you're looking for tactics, watch these videos. So without further ado, let's get into it. Ripper Swarms. Little groups of inconspicuous little guys running around the field. How much damage can they possibly do? They must be useless. Look how small they are. They're so bitty compared to the Space Marines. Well, they are surprisingly strong, and although they do have their weaknesses, which you have to be careful of, and if your opponent does properly, can completely wipe them out without you having any chance, they're actually pretty cool. They have lots of different upgrades you can give them. Most of the upgrades don't even bother with. Just bring naked Ripper Swarms and have them jump into the opponent. But there are 3 upgrades that I recommend. Don't take all 3 of them though. You can either, 1, make a surprisingly shooty Ripper Swarm, give them Spine Fists, and all of a sudden they can be like all these little spikes coming out and spines and flying at the opponent. 3 times twin linked at strength 3 can really hurt somebody. If you really want to be nasty, then upgrade their strength as well. So strength 4 spine fist into the opponent. They'll be extremely surprised that these little guys can shoot out so much at actually a really reasonable troop killing strength. Of course with very little armor penetration, but welcome to the Tyranids. The other one that you can give them, if you aren't going to make them shooty, is give them leaping. Because all of a sudden they'll be like, because they can jump 12 inches. And that'll completely throw off the opponent, because if you're not bringing in Hormagaunts, bring in Ripper Swarms to tie up the enemy. Now, their weaknesses. They're not immune to instant death like the rest of your guys are, even if they're in Synapse, because they're swarms. So if they get hit, boom, strength 6 or higher, they're dead. Their saves suck. You can upgrade it. Don't even bother. It's such a waste of points to upgrade from a 6+ to a 5+ save. So don't even do that. Don't upgrade their initiative, their weapon skill. I guess you could if you really wanted to make them surprisingly strong in close combat, but the idea of the Ripper Swarms and what you want to use them for is to tie up the opponent in close combat while your heavy hitters, your Carnifexes, your Broodlord, your Gene Stealers, all those other yummy guys, get into close combat. So that's really all there is to Ripper Swarms. They don't really, and they get additional cover saves and everything, so that's nice too. So put them in cover and they get more cover. So having gaunts in front of them. But the only problem is you want them in front so they can get to the front. So they could either die really quickly if hit with the right things, if they stop short of a guy with a flamer, double wounds and nastiness as he just burns through the lot of them. But for the fact that they have so many wounds each, so many attacks, they're actually able to tie up close combat and even kill a few things in the process. Even as strong as Space Marines or Chaos Space Marines or even Plague Marines can fall because of a large group of Ripper Swarms. Hail, Ripper Swarms.
Green stuff. That's right. Make your miniatures awesome. Convert them with green stuff at greenstuffit.com. And it's ridiculously awesomely inexpensive to buy. So go out and get some.